Can I have your attention? Us? Okay, we are going to be talking about a very, very exciting subject, a new approach, fundamentally from the spiritual realm, but interestingly, that brought it down to the quantum physics. That is the photobiomodulation. So we are going to be talking about this subject a little bit more deeper, and I'm going to show you some of the gadgets that we do use, which is like number one in the world, and how we tweak or how do we work through recalibration or rejuvenating the cellular level, and how we produce the result that we wanted to produce in a case. But it can also be used for rejuvenation. So we are going to be talking about the photobiomodulation, and we already spoke yesterday. So it's almost like in continuation, and those of you who have been here, like there's a cute flow to what we started and what you're learning, and that's what keeps you excited, because there should be a flow and it's a continuity of what we are learning, a spiritual scientific model in everyday application and very doable subject. So, as we said yesterday, we all are a pure energy, and in another quantum physics way, we are nothing but quantum energy in the whole holistic way. And we are dealing with a form which is unrecognized earlier but discovered in the 1990s, and too short a history. We don't have too much of a history in redefining this subject. And one Dr. Vladimir Poponin, and also the follower after that is Dr. Peter Garaiv, whom I mentioned even yesterday. And they have been taken this quantum physics very seriously, and he is a quantum biologist. And this is what he has to say from Russia. And he has redefined the energy much more. But I must tell you guys, as India and one third of the population living here, and the requirement of scientific research is also more, the requirement of applications are also more in our country. Unfortunately, we are still caught up with 20th, 18th century, 19th century. We may have to wake up and do a lot of work. And I have just followed a simplest mode. I just somehow landed up in knowing these founders and redefiners, innovators, and I have a direct connect with them. And I take what they have already done and I'm trying to decipher it in my system. That's exactly what I do. I'm looking at not like research papers of 250 papers published or 100 papers published. I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in how could I help another human being. As we know, we have got a great vision of creating a planet which is healthy. So therefore, this is how I've been tumbling upon these great thinkers. And as head of the departments and research fellows and big time in Ayurveda and allopathy, you can take it forward. We can always connect with them for whatever research they have. They'll come, and they love to come to India, because these are the guys who are given us hands on to that which we have proposed to the world. The consciousness is the ground of everything. Now we call it in different names. We call it quantum field, we call them quantum energy, we call it like the dark matter. We call it in different names, but the consciousness is what it is all about. And when we speak about consciousness, consciousness is an abstract subject. You just can't have an hands-on. But yesterday I demonstrated in the most simplest logical method how we all are connected. And now, if you all are connected, I'm affecting you and you're affecting me. And we live in the liquid space of this energy field, and that has got a lot of information who you are, much more than what's inside your body. But if you go deeper and deeper, peeling open the layers after layers after layers of your body, there's less of matter as we go deeper. You know, the matter is only peripheral, like the physiology and the biochemistry. But if you go deeper, we already said yesterday, we are more of no matter at all. So that's what we are going to be dealing with. And so this is what he said, and he has done a lot many experiment. I'm just going to speak about the experiment which can break our myth about everything in the world. But I'm going to only talk about the second experiment, because that is very relevant to what I'm going to be talking about, the photobiomodulation and how we are achieving the result that we wanted to achieve, apart from the mitochondria, again biochemistry and organ and things like that. But I'm going to talk about the technology behind understanding this matter. As we know that in a vacuum space, can anything exist? Vacuum is zero gravity and nothing exists. Fundamentally, what we understand, space of nothing, no thing. Okay, that means no matter, no thing, but no matter. Matter is physical. Energy is there. Energy is non-physical. Okay, it's non-physical. Energy is non-physical until you define it in some form and through a modality. Then the energy can be defined as matter. But matter by itself is no thing. Okay, so in a vacuum tube, somebody did this exercise in Russia, experiment in Russia. They drawn all the energies out in a vacuum tube, and then they saw everything is there and vacuum created. Then what they did is they vacuumated a tube. Yeah. So that's what it's. That's what I said. No, I before I'm sorry. Full stop. Pause. I said about defined energy and matter and the thing. No thing. So in a vacuum tube, what we drawn out is the air, and when we draw out the air, is we know there is nothing there. Okay, but there is, now we know from the quantum energy perspective, Dr. Ram Prakash, I know there is an energy present there. But in an energy, what is present there, we still don't know. So we are going to talk about it, okay? This is an experiment done in 1990s. So there's much more. We have gone ahead with this. But I want you to stay with the experiment and, work your mind out in that and relax, Tony ji. थोड़ा सा ओपन कर दीजिए हार्ट चक्र को. So we are going to be talking about when you draw air out of a vacuum tube. I mean the tube, the vacuum is created, and then we also found in a vacuum what is there, and what we detected is the light particles called the photon. That you understand. And then when we saw the photon, and the photon were randomly aligned, just they were there, they were there. And then what they've done is, looking at the distribution of the light photons detected in the vacuum, they did something very, very interesting. They inserted the DNA of a human being. And then they wanted to see what happens. It's very, very profound what's going to come. When they inserted the DNA of a human being, and then they saw the light particles aligned to the human DNA. It just aligned to the human DNA. Now, did the photon have the intelligence? Yes. But think it this way. Did the human DNA impact? Remember, yesterday I said the thoughts, feelings, everything with which you create. So this is another proof of what we are going to be talking about. The DNA of a human being aligned the photons inside that vacuum tube. Okay? Then the most interesting factor comes the next. Now, they withdrew the photon. They withdrew the DNA out of the vacuum tube. Then they saw what happens. Then they saw that the DNA, the alignment of the photon in that vacuum tube remained as per the DNA. So you have impacted, the DNA of a human being has impacted the photon permanently, and in the scientific realm we call it a photon effect, phantom effect of the photon. Okay. Now, why I'm saying this was very important. It just occurred to me that I have to show you this. Originally, I didn't plan. It's an entire 3 experiment, subject matter, how your thoughts create things, the matter. So here, I'm just brought it out to show you the photons that is present in our 99.9999% space of your body. And when we are impacting or tweaking it or, stimulating it through a photon biomodulation, what happens? The matter actually transforms and it holds permanent change. That's what I want to arrive at. Okay, one with simple experiment. DNA directly affects the stuff of a world made of photons, and the emotion changes the DNA, and the DNA changes the matter. So the emotion changes the matter. We already spoke about it yesterday. Now I'm going to be coming to the subject matter of what you can carry home. I'm sure that you are carrying home a lot. This is like a tip of an iceberg. Now you are in a responsible position now to take it forward and re-experiment, validate yourself in whatever we have learned. But in this particular presentation, what you're going to be taking home is an understanding of the healing power of light, how it works, how can you heal yourself and others, and the potential to deal with any kind of disease, and also used for preventive care. Okay, how we are going to do that? So the red and near infrared light, these are the parts of the light spectrum and that are relevant to photobiomodulation, because this range has been found to heal wounds, manage pain and rejuvenate cells. And body has inert abilities, we already discovered. Cells has abilities to repair itself. Cells dies and replaces itself. Every organ has got its timeline. Yesterday I mentioned about pancreas or the kidney or the entire body. In fact, every 365 days we have got completely rejuvenated new body, subject to that you have brought in an obstacles there and the energy not flowing, then you have got a diseased organs or whatever, the timeline differs. And then there is the discrepancies in our physical body. Otherwise, naturally we rejuvenate, in 365 days, and the kidney and the liver 6 months you can rejuvenate it. And then this is a history of photobiomodulation, coming to understanding the photon and the DNA's effect on the photon particles in the space and inside your body. This is pretty old, but here this is Dr. Michael Hamilton from Harvard School of Medicine. He has been working on creating cancer in a mice, the rats. They wanted to create the cancer, how to create cancer. So they were working on that. And then he stumbled upon something very, very interesting, that he found the mice which received the red light grew its hair faster than the mice which did not get any kind of a treatment. Okay, so then it kind of occurred to him, then he is the one, I could say, father of photobiomodulation, and who has written more than 200 books on the subject and many papers, and he's still alive, touched wood, and he's still working on the subject matter. So one of his inventions, or what I will be demonstrating, apart from that, people have taken it forward, the thinking minds, and they have developed many gadgets which actually works. Okay, so taking this forward, I'm going to be talking about history. Then what are the uses of photobiomodulation? I would say, from my recalibration, reorganization, rejuvenation perspective, the cells are rejuvenated to replace itself in a healthy cell, because when the mitochondria dies, and so therefore this disease cannot be reversed. That's what we say. But then we are going to be talking about how this photobiomodulation can impact in a way that the mitochondria is rejuvenated, and then there's an effect happening. We are going to take it forward. But then the uses of it is as simple as cosmetic, as simple as pain reduction, as simple as the controlling of your inflammation, again external, internal inflammation, both is able to work. Brain stimulation, and the diseases we could handle is any kind, but more so we want to work on Alzheimer's and Parkinson and dementia, any kind of a neuro cases, because the neuro case is something that we got to wake up to, supporting ordinarily capable people, but going through these. And also the skin disorders like the psoriasis, now it's dime a dozen, the allergy or any kind of a disease. Also, it, as I said, it also includes in the beauty spas. Now, what are the mechanism? How does it work? So it works in the cellular level and also in the biosystemic level. and it begins with mitochondria. So what is the mitochondria? This is what is, doctors will know better, but I'm going to give it to you from my perspective. The cells are the energy factories. Earlier we thought it is the cells of the, I mean the life of the cell exists somewhere else, but now we know it exists in the membrane and mitochondria. So this is the manufacturing cellular part which generates the ATPs to fuel the rest of the biosystem. So as they all know much better for the commoners, when the mitochondria, which is not in all trillions of cells of yours, there is concentrate in certain cells of your body, more so in your neurons and your the brain, and then when you rejuvenate that, and this is what happens, the cells has got the mitochondria, and that in turn begins to stimulate and create cytochrome oxidase, and that is a substance which a mitochondria that absorb the red and near infrared light. For those who want to take on, this is the subject matter, okay? And it converts into a form of biological energy called the ATP, adenosine triphosphate, and that, what does that do? The ATP is signaling molecule that leads healing and repair of cells. It produces mild level of oxidant, which is a reactive oxygen species called the ROS, signaling molecule to start the action of genetic transcription factors that lead to repair the tissues. And I'll summarize that. So why do I use this? As a person of DNA reprogramming, I take the support of the photobiomodulation. Loosely we used to call it low level laser. Unlike any other laser, low level laser it is called because it is working much more in sync with your energy of your cellular level. And that is what the mechanism I explained. So once the ATP is restored and the breathing of the cells begin to happen. When the breathing happens, everywhere is breathing. When breathing doesn't happen as a whole human being, we are dead. The mitochondria doesn't have the breathing ability through this ATP, and the cells die first and then disease. So in summing up, the cellular mechanism are complex. We can summarize as mitochondria, which is the energy factory, and cytochrome oxidase, which absorbs light, the red and the near infrared light, ATP, which are the signaling a cellular energy, ROS, a mild oxidant signal, cellular, which supports in cellular repair, nitric oxide, the blood circulation system and the central nervous system, which is the most important one, and it supports us in the immune system, endocrine, and hormones, and the neurons. And again, neurons are one kind of a cell too. So this is a kind of work. When you are doing it in the cell membrane, those are the 600 or 900 nanometers of the red and the near infrared lights, which has got that kind of a depth and the frequencies, which penetrates through your your skin membranes. Then it enables the mitochondria, and then respiratory chain is restored. Then the photoacceptor happens, and then you got the rejuvenation. Minimum of 24 hours, and then there is a repeat. So we always give alternate days. When we are doing this work, we always give the cells to kind of rejuvenate, then we take it forward. So always alternate days. So 24 hours to rejuvenate, then we again give one more stimulation, and 24 hours. It kind of works really good. And then coming to what this can offer, this is a very simple system. Anybody can use it. Anybody. You don't need to have a technology behind to understand intelligently, just like the mobile phone. You don't need to know the technology of your mobile phone, how it works. Even a vendor in the vegetable vendor uses a smartphone. He knows or she knows how to do the WhatsApp. So the technologically it is advanced. We don't have to go and reinvent the wheel. How did they make the mobile phone? How did they make the software? It's simple usage is what we are looking at, and effective usage is what we are looking at, and it has no side effects, and it is affordable. Therapy is affordable, gadgets are affordable. So as simple as that, because it works with the nature of your body, because what is there everywhere is a light energy, which is natural, and light powers life. It is that fundamental. As simple, okay? And The evolutionary biologist, I mentioned a little bit about him yesterday, speaks about when there was everything was dormant, nothing was in movement, maybe in movement, we don't know before that, but they have a theory to say that the molecules were dormant because everywhere there's only molecule, and then when it reacted to the sun's light, and then the life start forming, and then there was more and more and more complex organisms formed, and we are standing in front of each other, we are one of them, how we responded. So everywhere there is the molecules. And I really remember, if you know the sixth one, Apollo astronaut Edgar Mitchell, Dr. Edgar Mitchell. He's an amazing personality. In fact, when he landed on moon and when he walked the moon and he was standing there, something drastic happened to him. Standing there in the moon, looking at Earth. Suddenly he looked around and he saw everywhere there's nothing, nothing, nothing. But something very, very profound happened to him. Suddenly his vision began to expand and he suddenly saw a lot of molecules and he saw the connect miles and miles away from the earth and this blue planet, how the same molecules is made up of his body and the earth and the space and the moon, and his life transformed. And he came down, and then he didn't have to go back again on his mission, and then he began a beautiful system. He started searching for life in any form possible, so-called aliens, the ETs, and he also got a lot of understanding of the molecular biology and how you can bring it down and how we can understand, and literally in explaining the consciousness, which is an abstract subject, into a matter, that can be physics, the quantum physics. And it's amazing. There are a lot many books, and I'm really fond of him, the way he speaks about things. And Dr. Edgar Mitchell, you'll get to see him, read him, listen to him. Okay, all of you have to get on to more research, because what you understand in 2 days is only tip of an iceberg. You should do more of work. I really love this man because he speaks about the molecules which are the same. Okay, what are the questions that you may have? Now, fundamental questions you will have is, why did I not hear about it before? And if you're a stringent, intelligent, moderately, working on your subject matter, you'll ask a question like, it may not be true. Okay, but remember, whatever we have learned is only this much. What we haven't learned is much more. Okay, and it wasn't available to us because it was under research and by Russians, and most of the subject that I'd been speaking to you about is the technology is all from Russia, and they're much, much ahead of time. I must tell you, if there's any opportunity, and here in our country, we can invite them to collaborate and cooperate with us to give their knowledge to us. Okay, and again, I mentioned this already. Neurons are cells, and neurons are cells that contain mitochondria. And by utilizing the science of photobiomodulation to energize neuronal mitochondria, this triggers a cascade of beneficial cellular events. Some potential effects are neuroprotective effects, self-repair mechanisms, and enhanced function. Now, I must mention here is when I work with a client, I definitely work from the brain. I'm not like a neurophysiologist, physiology. I don't work like that. I don't look at it. I look at through my vision, but I definitely work through one simple system, endocrine system. And the pituitary is the master gland. You work with that because most of our trouble comes of that. Second trouble mostly comes of the pineal gland. And the pineal gland, and more importance is given these days because we understand it much more. We can call it God's gland. If it simply say it is the light particle inside of your brain, the darker portion of your brain, there's only light. And the more you expand your pineal gland, the more enlightenment, the more you are with you. And when you're with yourself, you're with everybody else. As simple as that. So activating the pineal gland is the first process that I do. As well, the endocrine system, the master gland. Because the endocrine system, the pituitary gland, in turn supports the hypothalamus. And if you know hypothalamus, that is the one which supports every other endocrine system, whether it is pancreas, whether it is the lungs, whether it's thymus, anything you speak about, the software trigger is there. So I work first from there, enhancing it physically, like by touching it, as well through this photobiomodulation. Now, did I mention that what is photobiomodulation? Photo is the photon particles of the light. Bio is the biosystemic levels, that the biochemistry of your body, and modulation is the transformation and rejuvenation. Very simple, okay? So, and the neurons is what I wanted to mention to you about my husband when he went through a situation. He's been in a situation for some time, a chain smoker from a DVT in 1998 to pulmonary artery embolism to the brain stroke of some thing, and in 2012 again he had pneumonia of the lungs, and he was admitted. And when I took him to the hospital, and in the hospital we went as an OPD just to check up, and the pneumonia spread so much, and then oxygen level saturation was very low. We admitted him for 1 day, but in 2 hours we have to shift him into an ICU. Next 10 hours he was in a ventilator. And you know the myth about getting onto the ventilator, no return. You see, it's like kind of a visa to go up, you see. But then I'm being there. I cut out all my relatives. I controlled the information. Why I'm sharing this with you is when you're working with your personal situations, this is something that I did. I controlled the information spreading out about his health. Held it because I believe thoughts create things. Words create much more the matter. So I didn't want to reinforce and persist the situation. So I controlled, including my daughter. I said, don't come to the hospital. And I was there almost for next 30 to 48 hours. I didn't sleep. I have a system. I'm sorry, don't get scared. I can transfer myself and work through the body on and off, work through the molecules. So I did that. You want to learn. Dr. Kanta says, I want to learn. That's very interesting. So when I was there and I was looking at his body and kind of working through his body, naturally I don't want visitors to sympathize with me because I'm very clear he'll come out very much alive and he has got a long life to go. He's prematurely created this system. But my husband was unwilling to come out. I have to demand him, prod him and come out. But what is interesting is that in abroad, we use clairvoyance ability whether to find out the criminals or ETs or medical. We couldn't have shifted him from an ICU, from the ventilator for an MRI. In Fortis Cunningham Road, we don't have an MRI. Even then, we couldn't have shifted him because he lost the ability to breathe by himself. And then we have to control his pneumonia first because organ-wise, otherwise he'll go on the PTINR, which shot up to 7.5 in the second day. And all his clots traveled up and he had a brain stem infarct. And then when you have a brainstem infarct, that again a concentration of all the neurons which enables your speaking and your breathing and your kidney functioning, everything. It's like a computer and our USB has got that concentrated wiring. And then doctor said, the neurosurgeon, I suspect, but I cannot say it is because of this. I said, sir, I know where the clot is. What would be your system? What is your management process? What's your protocol? If you would have already found out in MRI, what would be the treatment you shall give? Dr. Girish said, no, he can. He said, yes, I can, but dormant, the neurons are dead. I can't, but I can support. Let's see what happens. Let's see means hopeless. Then I said, no, we can't do it. Then I started working with his neurons, but he had a dialysis to be taken. I said, give me 4 hours. That time, if it still doesn't pass so much urine, then you do. And this was the system with which for 5 days, and then definitely after 12 days of his ICU, he was gone into a step-down ICU, and little bit of care. Ryle's tube attached, urinary tube attached, right side paralysis, can't take a drop of water. I knew the value of water when he was begging for water. And he couldn't talk, his memory was lost, he could only recognize me, couldn't recognize anybody, and he was trying to get out of the bed and walk, and he couldn't. It was pathetic. 22nd day, doctor said, this is what it is. please take him home. Otherwise, he will get ICU acquired disease. And bring him 1 month after. We'll put a plug over here. You can feed him directly to the stomach, and maybe I can put a tracheostomy, take him there. I said, no tracheostomy, no puncture in his body. We'll take him. We have made my home like a small ICU with a cardiac cot, and because he can't lie down direct, and he was helpless, he was only crying. Then we began to work on him. First, rejuvenation, neurons, of course. Second is worked on his lungs so that the lungs begin to exchange oxygen. And then I have a simple method to do that. Very simple. I oversimplify sometimes, excuse me. And then began to work with this male nurse who also turned out to be a physiotherapist. And then we started monitoring his oxygen and left him for 1 minute away, and then saw, and he was grasping for air. Then we started managing him. Next 2 weeks, I took him back to the hospital, of course, in a wheelchair. And then after 2 weeks, that I took him walking. And today, he recovered his speech abilities after 3 months. Then definitely he doesn't have a public appearances, because I don't want people to go with, I saw him like, it's possible, that's enough. Ta-da, So I'm kind of very cautious. Why I'm sharing this with you is that now most of you have met him. So I knew he is going to come back to this level. So why would I exhibit him when he's not well? One, control your communication. One phone call down, next phone call, how was your wife? Da 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 da. You keep the down. How was your wife? Da 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 da. From there, and you manifest those things. Please be cautious, especially to your own self and your family members. Don't permeate these information too loosely. Be judicious into what you speak, because you create things. Okay, so this I shared with you because there I always carry my laser machine, and I did work on him through this low level laser. Okay, direct. Yes, a lot of protocol, because he had many conditions. It's not only because of that. You can call it, we call it simply infract. I would say that. But then I understood one thing. Neurons go dormant, they don't die. If you take that one sentence, begin to work on it, you'll find a lot of ocean of, facilities, possibilities. So what I'm going to talk to you about is, why I shared that with you is that the brain, the neurons and the brain is more primer, because we reflect the universe, the design of the universe in our brain. Okay, and that is how the universe is, and this is one of the picture, and this is how the universe looks, and this is a part of your neurons. It reflects your universe. So you can say the universe is made like my brain, or you can say the entire universe is in my brain. So work from the brain, and you have done it. Okay, so coming to anywhere you can work with this photobiomodulation through the cellular level, the epithelial cells or the joints or the bones or the muscles or neurons or connective tissues or the blood. Anything is workable. Okay, and best possible approach, as I said, is a nervous system. I always work through this parasympathetic, sympathetic nerves from the tailbone up to this and occipital, and then go into the entire brain. We can also have a gadget now, but when you're working, but be conscious when you're working with the photobiomodulation, because you intervene with your intention what happens. If you're with a phone and you're somewhere, and please, any client is for us is divinely ordained, and that's how we deal with. Okay, so, and another system is that I wanted to show you quickly. This is a American machine, original technology from from Russia. This is a low level laser. Larry Little, he is the founder of this machine, and he has put in certain kind of nanometers in this. 810 is one of it, and 808 I have a probe, and 660 is a probe. And with this probe, you can intervene. This is red for the red and the near infrared light, and this the probe is 660 and this is 880. And if you have the, like in my husband's case, I work directly through the throat, and for myself I said I just had a little condition, and then I work directly through my the pons here rejuvenating. I also experience, because I don't have any experience of being diseased and come to the subject. I've been a seeker in about the subject. This is the first time the condition that I had, what you call the yes, Bell's palsy. When I was working with this, the acupressure puncture points, I could feel the sensation. I could feel the heat. Where there's no trouble, the energy flowing, it's just the near infrared light were flowing. Where there's a trouble, there was a heat generated. So with this, I had worked with myself, I worked with my husband, I worked with many cases. This is beautiful, and holistically, if you want to work, this is really good. You simply work through the sympathetic and parasympathetic nerves directly on the head, and more so the frontal lobe, and you're done it. And this takes a lot of time because you're going to go precisely with the acupuncture points. Okay, this is one of it, and red and near infrared. Yes, that's a very good question. This is invisible light, but this is, we've got a coded red color. It goes minimum of 4 centimeter in depth. Minimum of 4 centimeter in depth. So I've got another mask, photobiomodulation. This is another simple system. This again I bought it for myself, and this has got 7 color light, but the red is the best because this has got 810 the nanometers. And this, when I apply on my face and I sit for 20 minutes, this permeates through my frontal lobe and the entire the the blood capillaries on your nose and directly to your brain, and you can be rejuvenated. You can use it for dementia, you can use it for beauty rejuvenation, cellular rejuvenation, you can use it for your nose or your sinusitis, you can use it. And some of them have experienced. In the break you can ask them what was their experience, and it's very simple, 20 minutes, and it's very good. I recently got this. The another gadget is coming. I'm a gadget freak, okay? And in America, because I love to show what I speak, right? So because you can go with the thought process. This is a very cute gadget, and this is an entire system of red and far infra, near infra light. Sorry, I'm been using far infra, near infra light, and this has got 810. That's the best for mitochondria rejuvenation. Okay, and this is very simple. You just put the gadget on, and this is a nose clip. As I mentioned, the nose, inside our nose, the membranes has got the maximum concentration of the blood capillaries, and once you rejuvenate, the mitochondria there and the entire body is taken care of. Put this on for 20 minutes, and here like this, clip it up, and this does the needful, and it has got a direct access to your brain. And this is so cute and so simple. I couldn't have imported it, I didn't have the time to show you guys, so I told Patrick Porter to buy this for me. And there's one more gadget which is coming, he's on the way, that you can see. He's already come. Patrick, you're here. I'll have my neuro gadget. I'll talk to you about the cost. This is hand carried, so it is almost $500. When it comes to the proper channel, it will be double. Okay. I will use it on you, Kanta madam. Everything. You are my, sorry, PIG. I'm going to talk to you. Yes, time is up. This is an expensive one. This is, I picked it up at 330. Now it's a little bit more, but we can always speak about the costing. Which one? This is called the low level laser, and this is a photobiomodulation phase therapy, and this is the one which a Y-Light has made it as a neuro stimulator, and this is the nose clip of the same 810. Okay, and we have got certain case studies. Quickly I go through. The psoriasis we can handle, as I told you, the varicose vein, the brain stroke, the brain stem pons infarct, or lung diseases, Bell's palsy, which I have done, dementia, Alzheimer, and Parkinson. Okay, and thank you. The price, because it's hand carried by 499. The other one, this one may be $2,000 or something. US. The low level laser mask is very cheap. Mask is, I think, $200 or so. Have this policy matter, being a manufacturer and an inventor of some sort and a redefiner in a surgical field, I always respect the inventor. So I don't compromise on duplicates and primary products. I want you to take this on. No cheap stuff, irrespective of. And I would like to promote and support people who are the original inventors and pioneers. That's my policy. Okay? Thank you.